What is up, guys? It is Nick here today. I am flipping back and forth with Casey on the commentaries like it should be, and that starts today. Now, I want to apologize for why I've been absent in the past week since my return commentary. Casey and I are ending the school year in the next week, and we have been making sure that our grades are as high as they could be. So we have been retaking tests and doing homework and making sure our grades are as pristine as they can be. So today what I am going to talk to you guys about is something I learned in school recently. This year I challenged myself and took a statistics class, which is a very high level course for my grade level. And since all the seniors are out and graduated, the statistics teacher and the 5 or 6 kids that are left in the class that weren't seniors have been going over real life statistics, and a lot of them have been trials, like the O.J. Simpson trial and some Sally trial. You guys, I'm sure you know that because that's a famous trial. There's also been the Witch on Wall Street, and the one I'm going to talk to you about today. Now, this is a game show, and it's the probability that if this happens, what you should do if you possibly ever get on that game show. Now, I'm sure 99.9999%, since we're talking probability, of you guys listening to this will not be on this game show, but in case you are, I'm here to help. I want to share this with the rest of you that will never be on this game show, because it's very interesting to me, and I was completely dumbfounded, I'll admit that. I saw no way was this possible, so yeah, I'm here today, because it was absolutely crazy, and I've been thinking about it ever since. Now, I'm not a complete nerd, we only talked about it like a day ago, so I can keep thinking about it, because it was mind-blowing, right? So, the TV show, you can find it on game show networks and all that. It's called Let's Make a Deal. I'm not sure if they make that regularly anymore or once a week. I don't know if it's even still new shows on TV, but I know you can find repetitive, already filmed Let's Make a Deal shows on the game show networks and all that are locally broadcast to you. Now, if you've seen this, you're gonna know and follow along easily with me. This probability is called the Monty Hall problem. And on the TV show, you get a chance, I don't know if it's at the end of the game or not, to pick one door out of 3. Behind 2 of these doors is a bad prize, and I'm gonna refer to those as goats. Behind one of those 3 doors is a grand prize, which I'm going to refer to as a new car. If that's exactly what's behind the doors, excuse me, I've never watched the show, but that's what I'm going to use as my example. There was a time when this TV show was relatively new, and several people wanted to know what the probabilities of these doors were. So, when you pick your door, whether it's the goat or the car, there's always going to be another goat in the 2 that you did not pick. Are you following? Good, because this is going to get confusing. You can pause now, get a piece of paper so you can write things down. Or if you're a mental person, hopefully you can follow it, because this gets very crazy and hectic. So, sorry for that side note, I just wanted you guys to have some time to pause to follow. When you select your door, there's 2 other doors that are unselected, obviously, and one of them always holds a goat, because even if you pick a goat, there is 1 goat left in the other 2. If you pick the car, there's still 2 goats in the other. Without revealing your door, the TV show host of Let's Make a Deal opens one of those doors and reveals 1 goat. Whether that's the only goat on that side, or if it's 1 of 2 goats on that side, he reveals 1 goat of his choice. Then he asks you, the player, a question. Do you want to keep your first selected door, or do you want to change to the unopened door on the other side? If you're following along, what it looks like is a 50-50 probability now that he asks you that question. I know that's what you're thinking, that's what I thought, and we are both wrong. I gotta give credit. There was this very famous woman for her math skills at the time of this show being new, and a person wrote in and asked, what are the probabilities and odds of me changing my door? Will it be beneficial? Will it not be beneficial? Help. So I forgot her name, but I'm giving credit to her because she responded back and received a lot of criticism for it. She responded and said, if you change your door, there's a 67.333 repeating percentage of you selecting the car. If you keep your originally picked door, there is a 33.333% chance of getting it. And I want to apologize, guys. I messed the first one up. It's 67.677 repeated percent, not 0.33 repeated. So, from that error, I'm not a perfect mathematician myself. I'm just here to describe it. From my error, we ask ourselves why. This person who responded, the famous woman, received a lot of criticism and very chauvinistic remarks on how she was completely wrong, and there was even sent in by people that had PhDs and graduated from very prestigious universities and colleges around the world. Now, I'm not bashing any of those people that responded or any of their remarks. Chauvinistic ones might have been wrong because we all know out there that gender has no effect on your intelligence level. So, besides that, no bashing universities, not taking credibility away. I'm just saying the facts are the facts, and she is proven right. So, to theorize this, if you have your piece of paper, good. If you don't, please pause this, grab it, or grab playing cards because this will help you. Now, resuming, what my statistician teacher showed me in the class is he showed me the probability and how we get this. He took out 3 playing cards out of a set of 52, obviously. One was a king, or a face card, whatever one you prefer of the face cards, and 2 non-face cards, which was a 3 and a 4 in the example. And he placed them face down in front of me and said, select one. So I selected one and moved it to the top left of my desk, moving the 2 unselected cards to the top right without revealing any. Now he said, since we agree it's a 1/3 probability to start, there are 200 people out of 600 people in this room that have the grand prize in the top left. They already selected that. Follow me. There's 600 people in a room. 200 people have the grand prize in the top left already. Now, 400 people have the grand prize in the top right of the unselected cards, because there's 2 over there, there's 1 over here, 3 cards altogether. That's a 33% chance that the grand prize is one of those cards, correct? Everyone agrees with that, I hope, out there, because if you don't, you really need to go back to high school and maybe even take some elementary school math. Now that he reveals 1 goat to me from the top right cards, leaving 2 unrevealed cards consisting of my card that I first selected and a potential goat or car in the top right. So 1 goat's revealed, there's 1 goat and 1 car left unrevealed. Now he asked me, do I want to switch it or keep it? Now, pause. Going back to our scenario, 600 people in the room. Out of those 600, 200 had it in the top left corner of their desk, their first selected card. 400 people had the car or grand prize in the top right out of the 2 unselected cards primarily at the start of the example. Everyone follow? Because I hope so. Now that they flipped a goat over here, there's only 1 card in your top right. But that does not change what is on the other side of the card. So still, out of the 600 people, 200 have it in the top left, and 400 have it in the top right. Now that we have this set up mentally in our minds, you can easily do the math. Out of the 2 cards that are unrevealed, 400 people still have that grand prize in the top right. So 400 out of 600 is the 67 33.677 repeated percent that we get out of this probability. And with 200 people that have it in the top left, that's only 33.33 repeated percent chance of getting that. So it would be in your favor to switch your card, because no matter what, like I said, 67.33%. 400 people will always have that card in the top right unless they switch it when they are asked to. So whether you play this game with your friends on a board game, you go on TV show, just know that this is why it works out when you switch. I don't know how else to explain it. That was the way that got me to understand this probability, and I hope it really helped you guys. But as you can see, the time is running out. I hope you liked the gameplay, I hope you liked this commentary, and I really hope that you guys understood this. Please, if you did not, just rewind a little bit, actually get a piece of paper or something to mentally keep down what you are thinking, and I'm sure it will all get together, guys. So thank you so much for listening. I hope you are intrigued as much as I was and interested in this. Look up more explanations. It's a very confusing, complex, but very interesting problem. So thank you guys so much. Give me a like, give me a subscribe, and